This video, we're going to review The Walking Dead comic issue 140. Previously, while trailing the Whisperers, Carl is discovered by Alpha. Down by the harbor, Rick and Ezekiel exchange goods between their communities, and await Michonne, who returns from sea with her crew. And though she's happy to see Rick, she has no desire to rejoin Alexandria ever again. We open the comic still dealing with Michonne drama. She wants to go back home, but that's why she can't. She's convinced she doesn't deserve a happy life. Rick lets her know no amount of suffering will bring her children back, and that Carl really misses her. He tries to convince Michonne to go to the fair, and she sorta kinda agrees. I guess we'll see. Back at Hilltop, Gregory is in prison, and of course he's claiming innocence, that Maggie set him up and Jesus is helping her, because he is a total piece of shit. The doctor Gregory is trying to convince isn't buying it and dismisses Gregory's claims. Maggie is listening to this whole thing, and when Gregory finds out, he calls her a monster, tells her she's enjoying this, and asks if she's going to kill him. Maggie doesn't look too certain of what she's going to do with Gregory. Afterwards, Maggie and Jesus are talking about what to do with Gregory. Jesus wants him dead, and Maggie feels that they should do what Rick did with Negan, just imprison him. Jesus thinks that won't work because it's not the same. Negan doesn't have any followers, and Rick isn't at the sanctuary. Gregory is really good at manipulating people and has friends in the community. Jesus also points out the families that were involved with the boys that Carl beat the hell out of were probably also involved with this murder plot. Maggie hadn't thought of this and decides to question the families. There's also news that Carl hasn't been found yet, but Maggie is putting the whole Carl-Rick issue on the back burner for now. Talking to a woman from one of the families, Jesus' suspicions are confirmed. Gregory sweet-talked the families into killing Maggie, and they did nothing to warn Maggie about it. Jesus is furious. After the meetings, Maggie makes her decision. Gregory needs to die. Carl is still with the herd, and they finally come to their camp, and it's actually a pretty sweet setup. They have horses, cows, fires, a system set up in place to make walker suits. Meanwhile, at Alexandria, Negan is getting a bath and his hair trimmed. And despite all the precautions they have with him, including many armed men, Olivia, Andrea, or any of the other guards don't double check to see if the door is actually locked. Negan discovers the door is open and exclaims, "Hold the fucking phone!" These issues are always too short, and now we are back to the monthly releases, which kinda sucks. I really hope we see Gregory's execution soon. That dude just needs to be gone. I really hope Maggie is the one who executes him a la Stark-like. I also love Jesus more and more every issue he's in. He went from badass ninja to super bamf samurai. And what is Maggie going to do with those families? It seemed pretty easy to convince them to kill Maggie. Not exactly the kind of people you want around. What do you do with them? If our legal system had found someone had helped arrange a murder, they'd be in jail. Will that work in this setting, especially with tensions being so high and some people's dissatisfaction with Maggie's leadership? And I never thought I'd say this, but we need more pages with Carl. What is going on? Are the Whisperers really just going to accept him? Are we going to see their lifestyle? The skinning process of walkers? When is Carl going to be like, yeah, I need to go? Will Michonne stop moping around just like she criticized others for doing and just live her damn life? And Negan. What kind of destruction is this guy going to bring? Is there a chance someone left this door open on purpose? Did somebody want him out? It just seems super convenient that his door was left unlocked with all the precautions they take with him. Wouldn't Andrea of all people double check? Wouldn't any of the guards? I double check to make sure that my door is locked when I leave my own house. So I feel like if you're guarding a prisoner, that's something you would, pull on the gate and check. If it was an accident, or maybe even if it wasn't, will Negan just slip away? Maybe he doesn't want to chance it anymore and just GTFO. So that was my review of The Walking Dead episode 140. Make sure you come back next month for issue 141 and leave your thoughts on this issue below.